Shag my friends tonight.
Durst was born in Jacksonville, Florida on August 20th, 1970. Fred's biological father left when he was several weeks old, and I raised Fred on my own. I had no job, no money, and we actually had nothing. I lived in the top of a church with Fred after Fred was born. They would bring bags of baby food, and I ate baby food too. Fred and I struggled a lot before I married Bill. Fred was about 2 years old when Bill adopted him. Bill's the only dad Fred knows. Junior high school.
He was in the art program. He was very artistic, very gifted in that.
I thought he was going to be like a famous artist because his art is phenomenal.
He was very good at doing graffiti. We used to sit at the house and draw graffiti tags on paper for hours. Fred got into breakdancing. Every day after school, that's all we did. In Gastonia, breakdancing was kind of its own little niche, and it definitely wasn't mainstream.
They would have these huge boom boxes and play this wonderful, really hard music, this rap music, and breakdance. Fred could even spin on his head.
We would throw pieces of cardboard down wherever, linoleum, and practice.
He would practice hours and hours up in his room. He broke every piece of furniture he owned. The Reckless Crew was a breakdancing group that Fred formed.
Contest, whether it was dance or rap. It would pretty much cause a buzz around our school.
He was like the only white guy out there.
He was incredible. I was like, look at that, white boy rapping.
Pretty much whites kept with whites, blacks kept with blacks. That kind of made Fred kind of a outcast to some. But he had, black friends, and some people didn't accept that.
And it made a lot of people hate it.
Oh, kids called him terrible names for hanging out with black people.
A w***. That's what the people in Gastonia used to call him. They call him a w***. Oh, he hated it. So a lot of times he got in fights.
Fred could beat the crap out of anybody. He used to scare me, he would get so angry.
that's when he went off and joined the Navy to please his father.
It was such a tribute to Bill for Fred to do that because his dad was a military person and has been a policeman for 20 years. And Bill was pleased. Oh, my boy in the Navy. Oh, my boy in the Navy. And I'm going, oh, my God, the Navy.
And I'm like, man, are you crazy?
He's never made a bed in his life. And here he joins the Navy? He was stationed in Oakland, California. He was unhappy from the day he was drilled by the drill sergeant.
The discipline and the direction really kind of stifled his artistic side.
He was homesick, and he called me just forever, and I couldn't do a thing about it. He had to suck it up. He called me from a phone booth on the side of a road one night in the middle of the night and said, Mom, I've met my next wife. We're coming home. We're getting married, Mom. I'm telling you. We tried to talk him out of it. They didn't get talked out of it.
We got married on our back porch in Gastonia, North Carolina. I was best man.
They were both in the Navy when they got married. And then they had to drive back to California, so I gave them my red truck.
He drove a Mazda B2000 to California. What a crappy ride that had to be.
They were living in California, and they called and told me they were pregnant, and I was probably the happiest person in the world.
He had a daughter whose name is Adriana.
We didn't really talk too much about that.
He was in the Navy almost 2 years. Didn't quite make it.
Fred got out of the Navy because of a wrist injury.
He wanted out anyway.
So he got a military discharge.
I think they were glad to get rid of him.
Because he was more rebellious. And when you're in service, you're not a rebel at all. And he's definitely a rebel.
When he was out in California, he got arrested and went to jail.
He and Rachel had a fight. He was angry, and he was screaming, yelling, going nuts in the house. He jumped out of a window when she called the police, and they caught him.
I remember him calling my mom, and my mom saying, "You're where?" What?
He was scared, and I was scared for him. He said, you got to bail me out. I had like $200 in the bank.
She flew out to get him.
I hopped a plane and flew to California. I was going to get that boy out. I don't care what he did.
And while they were gone, I had the whole house to myself. And I threw the fattest party ever.
I went to his hearing. It was $5,000. $5,000 was $5 million to me. But I got him out. He will never do that to me again. Ever.
This place definitely feels like Seattle's supposed to feel. It just feels like the heart of grunge. I'd been to Seattle a few times playing concerts and always missed my opportunity to go do the #1 thing I wanted to do while I was in Seattle, and that's visit Kurt Cobain's house.
That's it right there.
That is it. That's the house. This is the bench he supposedly sat on. You know, if I sit on it, it'll make me think of some lyrics. That's definitely the place. I remember the pictures. It's pretty weird to be here. Kurt Cobain. Something is just so inspiring to me. This guy's aura and his energy and his music. This, Kurt, it's me, James. Are you still planning your return? Hey, you got a pen? Got a Sharpie? I want to affect people with my music the same way those records affect me.